You love Paragon? All right, y'all. Tommy Sylvester, Gottlieb Garage. We're here. Episode 11 on the Paragon here. In this one, I am installing the drop target banks. Have to get into a little hardtop modification, a little bit on that. Installing the flipper, reinstalling the flippers and aligning them. Trying to fix the backglass, which is kind of a, I don't know, it's not, I don't think it's not coming along great, but we'll see. I might end up just having to buy a repro. And also in this one, I discover one little issue with my lamp board that I'm pretty sure I have diagnosed out and parts on order, so good times. Enjoy this one and thanks for watching. Issue that comes with the hard tops, naturally. These won't reset. I had all this hooked up. I just undid it all. I have one more screw to do. But to get that coil off, you got to get your old, I had to relieve that and get my hand in here, get him. All right, hang on. We're almost there. Oh no. There. Boom. So I'm in. And bam. Let me go and take him off. Yeah. That was kind of a pain. And it's also annoying that I just took it off. Or just put it back on. Now I have to take it off. But let me get this off so I can fix the issue. The issue is my drop targets are hitting the edge of this hard top, so I'm gonna have to sand that down or something. So I'm taking all this back off. All right, it's another day. It's another day. I haven't recorded a ton of this as I've been going because I've just been busy, but I got my drops in, drop targets, both sets. Kind of a pain in the ass. I had a hard time getting these in back here. You kind of gotta not have it installed quite all the way. Same with that one. Those little screws in the back and the coil stop are a pain in the ass. But they're in. Oh yeah, both of them I had to file down the Playfield, the hard top. I had to get all these slots completely flush with the wood cut out, no overhang, because these kind of, they don't exactly go straight up and down in the exact same spot. Some of them might drag the wood a little bit, you know, so. That was a little bit annoying, but it's all part of the game. I get it. The hard top, it ain't easy, but it's gonna look sweet. So I'm gonna try to finish my flippers real quick before dinner. Get those hooked back up. I'll have to put the Playfield down to set them, but yeah, and then I need to LED everything. Because I got, what did I get? I got some Siegecraft adapters, baby. So I got these off eBay for 60 Canadian dollars, which would be, it was like 50 bucks or something after shipping. $48. It was really cheap. So very cool. That'll be going in as well. I've never done one of these, so I'll give it a shot. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna stick you on the tripod. You guys can watch me work. Okay, another snag. So, when I put my new, I used the old metal part and just replaced the cap. So, when this guy's in here, let me get her on the camera's on the right side here. So, I'm worried about my flipper bat dragging the table. It's dragging right now. That's because with the hard top, this doesn't stick up as much. So I found one washer that I had. It's really thick and it fits perfectly over the shaft and it holds me off the playfield really nicely. So, come on, one-handed. There we go. Sits right in there real nice. And then keeps it off the playfield completely. So I think I'm gonna pick up a couple of these washers if I can find that big hole with a small wall size. See what I can find. And it's also pretty dang thick for a washer. So this was the washer that came on my tumbler between the lid and what's in the shaft inside. So I'll take it to Ace or Home Depot and see if I can round up a couple of these. I need 4, so I'll get what I can. Anyway, I'm at a stopping point then. I need to go in and eat dinner, so good times. See y'all in a bit. All right, I went to Ace and got some, hang on, some M6 washers. I decided to go with the nylon. It just made me feel better. So it's slightly thicker. Just, it gave me what I think is some good clearance. So you can see it from here. Yeah, it got it nice and off the playfield for me. So, all right, I'm gonna keep going on the flippers here. 3 more to go. And then I realized I need to replace the sleeves on the saucer kickouts. So I'm gonna do that too. I got her down in normal position for the first time in forever. Look how shiny it is. Wow. Dude, it's awesome. No one's ever gonna see this stuff, but it's really shiny too. So I re-soldered the wires back on to my out-hole kicker. And I need to hook up the spinner and some other stuff up top here. Hook up the Siegecraft board and try her out for the first time. It's gonna be really scary / awesome. So that's what I'm doing now. Put the playfield, finish up the playfield and get going. All right, I got it together with bulbs everywhere and all that and whatnot and whatever else. So I'm leaving all the plastics off just so I can jiggle some light bulbs if I need to or whatever. Make sure all my stuff's working. I have a suspicion that it's because this is higher now by 1.5 millimeters, but this is still at the same depth, the bottom of the trough. I don't know if this will be able to kick the ball up, but we'll see. It's got a new sleeve in there, so, and all these parts have been cleaned, so it's got its best chance. But I also have the Siegecraft board installed. Just follow the little instructions there. J1, 2, and 3 with the wire. And I'm pretty sure I read them right. I think these are game over lights down here, and that's a common wire between them. If it's not this one, it's this one. So I'll probably take another look at that again just to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So I want to look it over one more time, and then I'll fire up the camera and we will fire this thing up together and see if everything turns on and nothing blows up. All right. You guys get to see firsthand. I have an itch. You get to see firsthand what happens when you do a hard top for the first time and turn the game back on and pray that everything's gonna work. So I unhooked the Siegecraft board because I'm gonna measure for 5 volts at these points that I want to connect to, and then I'll hook it to there after I measure. So first off, let's hope that it boots up, that I didn't push anything together tightly on the, any switches or whatever underneath the Playfield, moving it in and out and all that. So all right, so first, well, I guess I'll leave this closed. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it boots up. The LED, only the GI should work, because I'm pretty sure the LEDs aren't gonna work in my controlled lamps without that alligator clip hooked up on the Siegecraft adapter. So I'm gonna get her plugged in. This is scary, but it must be done. It must be done. All right, it's plugged in. I'm scared. I'll take you in with me. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're all working. And I didn't have wow, that looks awesome. I don't have that adapter hooked up to anything, so I don't know. The old Siegecraft. I guess if it works without it being hooked up, then I ain't hooking it up. All right. Well, I've got man, that looks good. Look at that. I don't love that, but this is amazing. It looks brand spanking new. Wow. I'm so happy with how it turned out. All right. Got a brand new ball. I just checked the footage and it cut off. So here, watch. It works. Clunk. Except the Beast layer don't work. See if my spinner works. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, it's jamming. Spinner's jamming. Dude, this would be hard to do in a game. Trying to see how to light the chute again. I don't know. It's kind of dimly lit, but damn, the spinner's spinning. All right, sweet. Got a little bit to do, but I need to go to bed. I'll finish this thing up soon. See you guys. All right, I keep trying to tighten this flipper down. I want it to be just like that, almost parallel with that stop behind it, nice and straight. And every time I tighten it, it's pushing it over in. So I think there's an old groove on the shaft that I need to file down. So I'm gonna pull it and check it real quick. It's pretty chewed up. I'm gonna file those down and see if I can fix it. There we go. File those edges off and we'll see if that fixes it. Right, I'm play testing it here and watch my left upper flipper. It's not a coil. It's just, I hope that's not dragging the playfield. No, it's not. Plenty of clearance. Okay, it's not dragging, plenty of clearance. It's just, I think I have it pushed too far. I think it's squeezing on the flipper bushing. This thing's insane. It's so quiet. Once the AC is done running, I'll get a little audio of it. It's like the ball is silent when it rolls around the field. It's incredible. But let me fix this flipper. And we'll get back to it. As y'all know, it's another day, by the way. Cool, right? I'm buttoning up the playfield, getting my flippers perfect, well, as good as I can, aligned. But as I was test playing last night, I noticed that when this plunger goes in, it kind of sticks. Especially when the playfield's down. One time the flipper stuck up. And I noticed that right here, where am I touching? Right there. There's a groove worn into that leaf. And this is digging in there and kind of, it's catching it a little. So I think I'm going to take the switch stack apart and flip that over and see if that helps. We'll try it out. Well, I flipped that around. It's not metal, it's fiber or paper or something. I guess it keeps this metal from touching the back of the leaf, I guess. Anywho, it's still kind of doing it. Like here, let's see. I don't know. I got a new sleeve on there. This feels like this is kind of binding or something. Maybe I'm just hunting for problems. I'll see how it plays. But yeah, I think I'm almost done. I had my lower pop bumper was a little bit sensitive, so I need to adjust that out just a hair. And then I think the playfield should be pretty good. I can play test some. Cleaned out all the crap, but I just started vacuuming this one and I was like, dang, it makes a big difference. So here's a before shot of the funk in the bottom of the cabinetta. I'm done with that. So, watch me clean. Alright, I got her all back together. And I noticed one light not working, the N. So I fiddled with the socket and that didn't help. And I busted out the multimeter and wasn't getting voltage at that socket at all. So I busted out the schematic, saw that the saucer N is controlled by Q20 up yonder. And I tested it, and on all these, if I put my red probe on the top one and black on the bottom right, it's about 0.6, 0.7, same with the left. But on the 20, I'm getting 0.6 on the right, on the left like 0.0005. So somehow I have a bad SCR. Now I was also looking in the manual, and Q53 is not used, and it tests good. So I'm going to put that up here in Q20. So I need to pull this board and swap out those, I think they're 2N5060s or something like that. So I'll swap those 20 and 53, and I should be back in business with my N light. So let me get that done. Okay, I'm in my lovely addition that I've been building. Master bedroom, blah, 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 closet, master bath. It's gonna be sweet. Anyway, perfect workspace to try to fix this god-awful backglass. I'll probably buy a new one, but why not give this a shot while I have the stuff? It's gonna be bad because I'm missing pieces, but we out here, what you gonna do? So let me give it a couple spray downs here and stick it, see how it looks. Well, it ain't great. Obviously it looks gonna look better from the front, but it's just, I didn't get those to stick. The guy had already done some over here, but I still need to spray more under there. Just get that one piece not to flake off. Some of that too could really handle it. I don't know. I really should just buy a new one because it's pretty bad. I don't know. And since I did a couple coats of clear to get this done, the freaking windows are terrible looking. But I just used my fingernail and realized you can scratch that right off the glass, so that's what I'm gonna do. I might use a paint pen, fill these in. I'll throw it in the game and see how it looks first. And you know, I can sell it as is too. Like, I want to sell this game, so I can list it. You know, that's something that a new owner can easily do, buy a reproduction backglass, because you order it and you put it in. So let me scratch away at these windows and get that crap off there. All right, I went back to my stash back here and got the lift bar for the glass, and it is really bad. So I'm just gonna see if I can clean that up somehow. I have evapor rust, but I don't have, come on, focus. There we go. But I don't have any like tube to put this in. That would be the best though. Maybe I'll run to Home Depot and get some PVC. drop this down in it. I'm just gonna sand it first and see what happens, because I can't really make it any worse. All right, well, I hit it with 220 grit. The part you're gonna see, at least. That helped a lot. I'm gonna go a little bit finer and then just hit it with some polish. All right, I sanded it up to 1,000, and then hit it with the mag and aluminum polish. And I think it looks pretty good. Way better than before. First time this happened to me, when I was putting the game back, when I was putting lights in the back box, grabbed this out of my box, regular Comet, warm white 2 SMD, put it in, and all the lights, all the GI lights dimmed, and that socket started smoking. So I popped it out. Put a different light in, and it was fine. I just ohmed this out, and there's a short. It's a direct short. Watch. 0.4 ohms. So that's pretty nuts. I'm glad, like, you're not supposed to change your lights with the game on, you know, rule of thumb, turn the game off to do any work on it, but I wouldn't have known what bulb it was or what was happening if I would have done all these with the game off. And that would have been very weird and frustrating. So I guess I'm lucky. But I'll email them and see if this ever happens. You know, just to see what's up. Well, I was trying to put the glass on, and I kept hitting something. And I'm hitting this. So my initial thoughts are to take these posts off and sand them down, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch to drop that down. And then I can adjust the leaf accordingly underneath the switch. But yeah, I just don't know. This brought it up 1.5 millimeters, the hard top. So I guess that's why this is hitting. When I got the game, this was all bent back here anyway. I don't know what happened, but I bent it back and polished it. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that real quick. All right, I got it broke down a little bit. 1/8 inch marked on both of these. I'm gonna hit them with my orbital sander with like some 80 grit and get this done quick. But yeah, a little quick detour. Boom. The back glass doesn't look that bad, does it? The worst is at the bottom. But I can live with it. That ain't hateful. I've seen way worse. So yeah. I got that to barely fit. I sanded them down, the little posts there. And it's jamming, except for the N on the Paragon, which it's crazy to me that SCR burned out just while I happened to be turning the game on and off at some point. I mean, I guess that happens, but makes me think there's something else, but hopefully not. But yeah, she's pretty much done. I got the lights off. Let's see. The only place there's a little bit of pink left, even though it was red, is right here. Everywhere else it's so faded. I quickly printed up some red apron cards, custom cards on just some cardstock on my cheap printer at home. And yeah, there we go. I'm really happy with it. Let's see if I can set you up to see a little test game here. It's really quiet. If the ball like just rolls silently, it's neat. All right, I'm gonna get y'all set up. All right, let's let the camera stand settle down here. All right, here we go. Can you see? Oh yeah, I think you can see just fine. Test game. Cool. I had my best game ever yesterday on this without the glass on. I had like 750,000. So quiet. Ugh, the spinner jams. It's so quiet. I'm gonna see if I can get some drop targets there on the left for my multiplier. But the multiplier's not worth anything if you don't have any bonus to multiply, so. Oh my gosh. 46,000. Give me another shot. One more chance. I'm better than this, I promise. Oh. That one-way gate stayed up, darn it. Go down. There. Oh my gosh, I'll launch it. Go down! Darn it! Why is that sticking up? Oh, I hate that. There, well, I'll have to look at that. Okay, give me the R. All right, keep going. This thing's playing great. Man, I kind of don't want to sell it. Ugh. All right, I already beat my last score by 210. I'm not very patient when I play, like letting the ball bounce to the other flipper. I need to practice that. All right, one more. Stay out of there. Oh my gosh! What I like is that when you get to 20,000 on the bonus, it rolls that over to the next ball. If you can maintain that, once you hit that threshold. And I think 30 and 40 as well. 1,000 on the bonus. Gosh, this thing plays so well. Get out of there. Ugh. Let's go. Darn it. I promise I can do good at this game. Oh well. Do well, I mean. Well, I think it's good. It's playing great. My flippers are staying locked down. I made sure they were nice and tight because at first I don't think I had them tight enough, and they kind of would move along the thing would move on the thing. Anyway, love it.